Welcome, My Hero Academia fans! Today, we're honoring the heroic sacrifices of pro heroes who gave their all to protect their world. Let's dive into their epic battles and tragic ends. Kota Izumi makes his debut in My Hero Academia's third season, and fans soon learn that his parents were once pro heroes. They were called Water Hose, which is understandable since they both possessed water-based quirks. They died in the line of duty, but Kota resented them because he believed they abandoned him. Fortunately, Midoriya was able to heal Kota's heart. Water Hose died while fighting Muscular, who was attacking a village at the time. They sacrificed themselves in order to save a small number of civilians. Muscular is an A-rank villain, but Water Hose destroyed his left eye and damaged him enough to force a full retreat. This proves that Water Hose were a competent hero team. Master Driller was part of the pro-hero force that took on the Paranormal Liberation Front. During the Jaku General Hospital raid, he was part of the group that was tasked with evacuating the citizens of Jaku City. After surviving Tomura's deadly decay wave, Master Driller and a number of other heroes went to help Endeavor's group, who were dealing with Tomura at the time. Unfortunately, Tomura summoned a group of near high-end Nomu to attack Master Driller's group. Master Driller was a melee fighter who wielded a huge metallic drill. While fighting the near high-ends, Master Driller charged forward and shoved his drill into a leech-type Nomu's mouth. The drill attack did not work as intended, and the Nomu killed him with its jaws. Majestic took Momo Yaoyorozu of Class 1A and Setsuna Tokaji of Class 1B under his wing during the second round of UA High School's Hero Work Studies program. Majestic looked like a wizard because he had the magic quirk. He couldn't perform actual magic. Magic allowed him to create floating platforms out of the ring-shaped energy produced by his wrists. Majestic was part of the force that raided Ganga Villa. The heroes had the upper hand until Gigantomachia woke up. The enormous villain made his way towards Jaku City and destroyed everything in his path. Majestic and a few other heroes attempted to fight Gigantomachia in order to trigger a sedative that was coursing through his system. During the battle, Majestic was crushed by Gigantomachia's monstrous claws. Nana was All Might's teacher and Tomura's grandmother. She was also the seventh user of the One-for-All quirk. Nana possessed superhuman strength, durability, reflexes, and endurance thanks to One-for-All, but she couldn't use any of the previous user's quirks. She could also levitate in mid-air courtesy of her float quirk. Her son ended up hating her because she died when he was still a child. At some point in the past, Nana faced All for One with Gran Torino and All Might, but the villain proved to be too strong for them. Nana knew that All for One planned to kill them all, so she decided to hold him off while the others escaped. At this point, Nana was already heavily injured. All for One choked the life out of Nana while Gran Torino pulled All Might away, but the finishing blow involved a powerful explosion of black lightning. Midnight taught modern hero art history at UA High School, and the students all seemed to like her. Her body could produce a sleep-inducing aroma thanks to the somnambulist quirk, but for some reason, the sleep-inducing effects worked better on men. She was a smart pro-hero who specialized in melee combat, and she displayed those skills during the Ganga Mountain Villa raid. Midnight defeated several villains during the raid, and she was part of the group that tried to take on Gigantomachia. While facing the villains, Mr. Compress used his quirk to launch debris at Midnight, which caused her to plummet to the ground. The fall left her severely wounded, but she refused to back down even when members of the Paranormal Liberation Front found her. She fought valiantly, but the group of villains ended up killing her off-screen. Trust was Japan's number 6 pro-hero, and he was known for being quite emotional. His shield quirk gave him the ability to grow hexagon-shaped shields from his body, and he could enlarge these shields to cover a larger area. Trust used these shields to protect himself and others, but he could also use them to restrain enemies. Due to their sharp edges, he could also throw them like a ranged weapon. Trust was part of the group that raided Jakku General Hospital, and he dealt with many near high-end Nomu. After coming back to life, Tomura decides to destroy Dr. Garaki's lab with his decay quirk. Trust and the other pro-heroes flee, but Eraserhead is intercepted by a disintegrating Nomu. Trust uses his shield shot to sever the Nomu's arm, but he gets hit by Tomura's quirk as a result. Trust sacrificed himself to save his friend, and he was happy to do it. Sir Night-Eye was All Might's sidekick, but he was also a mentor to Izuku Midoriya and Mirio Togata. The Foresight quirk allowed Night-Eye to see another person's future, but he can only do this if he physically touches his target and makes eye contact with them. This quirk gave him a decent advantage in battle because he already knew his opponent's movements. Sir Night-Eye orchestrated the raid on the Shie Hasaikai Yakuza organization. He wanted to save Eri from overhaul, and he ended up fighting the Yakuza leader himself. Thanks to his quirk, Night-Eye knew that the fight was futile, but he kept fighting nonetheless. Overhaul eventually used his quirk to impale Sir Night-Eye with rock spikes. Sir Night-Eye ultimately died in the hospital, but he reconciled with All Might before the end. Star and Stripe was America's number 1 pro-hero, and she was one of the only heroes that All for One was afraid of. The New Order quirk allowed her to set new rules on her surroundings, but she needed to call out the object's name. If she used this power on another person, she could weaken them up to the point of death. Unfortunately, New Order will not work if the person does not know who they really are. Star and Stripe came to help Japan, which was in a state of turmoil because of All for One's actions. She fought Tomura with all she had, but she fell victim to his decay quirk. Star and Stripe only died because she didn't want to risk her teammates' lives. Her sacrifice gave Japan's pro-heroes more time to prepare, and she ended up destroying several of Tomura's stored quirks in the process. Thanks for watching! We hope you were inspired by these brave heroes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more My Hero Academia content. Which sacrifice touched you the most? Let us know below.